At the Awakened Heart Center, we use death as one of our major teaching tools because understanding and having the willingness to look at death really helps us live our lives more fully and completely. In fact, death is, its purpose is to teach us how to live. Recently, at the Awakened Heart Center, we lost somebody that many of us were very close to. She died just a few days ago. And it once again brought in the brief time we have here on our planet that we really have no idea how long our lives are going to be and when we're going to die. And when we really focus on this, we tend to use our lives in a much more focused and clear way. We don't get sidetracked on things that are really diversions from looking more deeply. This person who died had the opportunity to look very deeply, and she discovered many, many things that enabled her perhaps to die with more peace than most people are able to do. In our culture and in our society, death is seen as the bad guy. It's like everybody's joyful when there's a new birth, a baby's born, some new addition to the family. But somehow dying, which is just as normal, just as natural as being born, has become the bad guy. Part of this is for religious reasons, part of this is medical reasons. There's billions of dollars made every year keeping people alive a few more days. It's the message we're given is it's not okay to die. Death is bad. And the fact is that quite the opposite's true. If you're interested in awakening, part of the awakening process is dying every moment, being reborn in every moment. Every moment is fresh, every moment is new, every moment is our life. And death is ultimately an illusion. The body does die, without a doubt. Sooner or later the body dies. But if we've lived fully, that's not a problem. If we're dying to each moment, it's not a problem. We are fortunate to live in a society where if somebody's dying from disease and they're uncomfortable or in great pain or distress, there are plenty of medications to help somebody die more comfortably. But the process of death, if we've lived well, if we've been on point in our life, if we've discovered what our life is all about, and death is very much like going to sleep at the end of a long, happy, successful, fulfilling day. So you've lived the day fully and completely, and at the end of the day, you're actually looking forward to going to bed. You're looking forward for that deep rest. And the emptiness, the silence, the peace of deep sleep is the same as the emptiness, the silence, and peace of death. And so a life well lived, there comes a point where death is seen as a friend. Death is welcome. Death is a natural unfolding, natural expression of life. Our friend who recently died, I feel this is very much true for her. She was ready to die. She was ready to release her body and ready to be free. So this is ultimately what liberation is. It's the ability to release and die to each moment, to be born anew in each moment, to release identification with who we thought we were through memory, the feedback loop of memory, the feedback loop of society, but to actually be present and really living each and every day of our life fully and completely for what is true for us, not what is demanded by society and religion, what have you. And so it is interesting how much fear we have of death and even sickness, and how much time and energy we spend trying to avoid these realities instead of just living our life. You can be sick, as this person was, and live life. You can be dying and live life. We are dying, and we are living life. And so spiritual awakening is in many ways a death. What we're dying to is that's not true and not real. And we tend to cling to those things that are not true and not real. We tend to seek identity out of those things that are not true and not real. So using death, remembering that in our body on this planet at this time, we only have so much time, we can stay really focused on what's important. To think of our death first thing in the morning, and to look at our day from the point of view of our death. If I am going to die today, how do I want to live my life today? How do I want to be in relationships with people, my family? What do I want to do? Do I want to go to work and be in a cubicle and spend the day doing mindless things, working for some corporation that's ultimately not doing anything? Or do I want to be free to really live joyfully and express myself freely? If you go to bed, and remember your death as you go to sleep, that also will work deeply while you sleep. And again, deep sleep is a form of death, because you disappear, everybody else disappears, all time and space disappear in deep sleep. So the truth is, we visit death every night for a little while, and yet there's really no death. There's only this, just this. So death is a great teacher. Death is our advisor. And instead of running from death, we need to stop and listen to death. Death will teach us and show us what we really, really need to live our lives fully and completely. When we gain that gift, just this is enough. We're not seeking outside the wonderful gift of life right now. This is it, and we're alive. And in this moment, we see that death is simply an illusion to teach us how to live. So my friend, our friend at the Awakened Heart Center, has left her body, but it was liberation for her. It's freedom for her. She was ready and she was free. And her body had become a prison, and she has escaped from prison and is free. So thank you, and I'll be speaking with you again.